Yeah, it's showtime. What's up, historians? Welcome back to another great episode. Season 5, episode, I don't even know. I'm pretty stoned. I smoked a joint for a shit. I think it's episode 12. Real quick, I know that's me, right, guys? What's going on? Thanks for checking in. Happy Thursday. Happy middle of winter. It's about 12 degrees here in Maine. My pipes aren't frozen anymore. I can flush my toilet again, so that's cool. So, past guest of mine, one of my clients has been with me for 2 years now. He is the runner of the Salem Paracon. He's a co-runner of the Connecticut Con, the America's Connecticut's first convention, even before the Warrens started. They actually had the Warrens there. The Archangel of the Paranormal, the Shaman and the Showman. Thomas Patrick Gormley sent me something, guys. Check this out.
Hello, my glorious weirdos. Thomas Patrick Gormley, the Archangel of the Paranormal and the Shaman of the Shaman and the Showman. Buckle up, get your charcuterie board ready, and join Adam and his guest on Historically Haunted VODCAST. Down the rabbit hole again.
I love this weirdo. He's a cool dude. He clues me in a lot of shit. My first ever public speaking event was with them in Salem State University, right where they hung the witches and stuff. I get to go speak. So thanks, Thomas Patrick Gormley. I'm sure he'll be in chat soon. So my guest now, I get to meet through a mutual friend, someone who's been on the show before, Jen Amato, aka Jen Folk, JL Folk, author extraordinaire. So we got to meet Angie Barton. She's my guest. She's an author, but way more than an author. This chick is a goods maker. She's she just makes this like, she sent me a care package of bath bombs and different goodies and trinkets. A goods maker. She's an author, like I said, sent me a couple of her great books. We're going to talk about Immortal Wounds. I got to start reading them now. I just finished King today, so I'm starting that soon. So she's recently signed with me. If you guys need her for an event, she'll do events, she'll do podcasts. Brandon, Viper Paranormal, Virginia. What's up, buddy? Thanks for checking in. So without further ado, believe it or not, they had some snow where she's at. Angie Barton, author. Angie Barton. What's up, girl?
Hi.
How are you? We talked backstage. Sorry to cut you off so quick. I got lost in the moment.
That's okay. I'm a talker too, so I see how that happens.
I love the bookcase out back. I love the backdrop. Very cool.
Thank you. I have 2 of those. We bought them about a year ago. They gutted a house, and those were custom made, and they basically were giving them away. So I redid them. So something else I know how to do is redo furniture. So I redid those, and we put them in here, and they're beautiful.
Learning stuff every day from you now, for God's sake. I'm like, here I am thinking it's just a little humble author, and here you are doing all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So we're going to start the show for those that don't know Miss Angie Barton here, this author. What started you, girl? What got you into just being an author, being a goods maker? Was it in the family, something you've done for a while, always wanted to do?
So being an author, yes, that's the dream. If you ever have just one dream, that is the dream. I've always been a big reader. My parents are avid readers, so Scholastic Book Fair back in elementary school.
Oh, yeah.
I came home with a box of books. My mom never put a limit on what I could order, and they were big readers. As I outgrew that, then I started reading the books that they did. And I would probably say in my mid-teens, late teens, early adult, Danielle Steele was the big romance writer at the time, and I was going to be the next Danielle Steele. That's that. So I would say that was probably when it started, right around 20-ish.
I remember my sisters and my mom even reading Danielle Steele, my stepmother too. That was a big, she was a big author, honestly. He still is. I mean, Anne Rice, Danielle Steele, yeah.
Yeah. And so my dad read like Stephen King and Tom Clancy and Anne Rice and all that. And my mom read Danielle Steele and all that. So I read a mixture of both. And a lot of times when I tell people that, they are like, oh my gosh, that is a reflection of your writing. It's like horror. No, it's not really horror, but it's more fantasy, scary, but with a romantic feel to it. And I think it's because those were my 2 biggest influences as far as writing. So
look at this girl. Look at that side-by-side image. This is her. She's talking about it. Which one should I dive into first? I mean, obviously it's a collection, right?
Yes. You need to read Immortal Wounds first. That's book 1.
That's my next book then, Immortal Wounds. I just finished Stephen King's Elevation today. Look at Angie. Look, you can order your own. She can even, a couple extra bucks, she'll sign it for you. Reach out to Historically Haunted Booking. We can always message Angie, of course. Jimmy checking in from Nesper, Annabelle's caretaker. What's up? New England Spirit Society there with Tony Spare and everyone. What's up? Brandon checking in. Brandon. Perceived Paranormal. Thanks, everybody, checking in. Check out Angie Barton. Heather will link up her page in a minute. You know me. I'm a big King guy. What's one of your favorite King books?
So I probably have two. I have a whole lot of favorite, but if I had to really narrow it down, maybe three. The more I think about it, The Shining, and to me that was the movie I was the most afraid of, and it still kind of creeps me out. Pet Sematary and Misery. I think
People
Misery.
don't ever mention Misery when the girl breaks the dude's ankles, right? The author Paul, and with the sledgehammer.
Yes. I would probably put that at the top, and then the other two, because I just think it just is just fantastic, and it's eerie and it's creepy, and it could be real. I mean, there are stalkers out there. I mean, that happens, and I think to me that makes it scarier than just blood and gore and all of that kind of things. So those would probably be my favorite, but I think a lot of them, like I love Christine, and to me that is still a little bit creepy to watch. And so
that's dope. I know you're into that stuff, and I know you tag me, and of course I appreciate you too making the flyer and putting my YouTube barcode on that. You're really good at that stuff. So what about the crafting stuff? Is that something your mom's passed on to you, or something you learn on your own to make these different trinkets and bath bombs and bookmarkers and shit?
I think I just have a creative soul. I did photography for a while. I really love photography. I taught myself how to play acoustic guitar for a while. I have forgotten, so I need to get back on and try it again. I went through a phase where I wanted fake nails, and you can't play the guitar with fake nails. I know that sounds very girly, but anyway, so now I forgot what I learned. But I will say, back in like the 80s and 90s, when craft shows were really a big deal, I did a lot of them with my mom. But growing up, my mom sewed, and she did flower arrangements and things like that. So I think it comes naturally.
Look at that, guys. I originally said I wanted to order this. You're like, my booking agent. You ain't ordering nothing. She sends me a gift. How sweet. Heather's got one too.
That is my most favorite thing that I made. There's a lot of symbolism is in my book. And so that is a real thorn. I advise you not to take it out of the plastic. It really hurts if it pokes you. Took me about 3 pokes before I put gloves on and learn my lesson. But
you found out the hard way, huh?
I did, and it swells up like big lumps on your hands. So anyways, but in book 2 of Prophecy Awakened, the blackthorn tree is one of the big symbols. And you learn about that right on. That the bird's sitting on. And the legend of the blackthorn tree is it's the keeper of dark secrets. Fast forward to real life, and I'm four-wheeling, something else you can learn about me. Four-wheeling, and we have a pond and woods that are behind us, and we were back there, and I came across the tree with those black thorns in it. So we stopped. I cut them all off, and then I was like, I'm going to make bookmarks out of these. Wasn't sure how I was going to do it, but to me, it just went with the book, and I had to do it. So I bought the sleeves and put them in there, and then on the back of it is the legend of the blackthorn. So.
Wow, I had no clue. Was that? I read it and stuff, and I knew, but to hear it from your voice, this is hand cut off your land, off nature's. Wow.
Yes, and we went back out because I'm out. So anytime I'm doing an event and I get the opportunity to talk about my books, and most people will pick that bookmark up and go, what is this? Is it a sword? And as soon as I tell the story, they're like, okay, well, I'll have one. I'll have two. So I've sold out. So we went back in there right before the snow, and I was able to cut some more down. But I'll probably go back and get some more. That way I can really stock up and have a lot on hand. So it's a fun story, but I thought it was just really meant to be.
See, I knew why you clicked on my girl Heather, because you're both witches. That's a witch thing. Heather sharing her page. Thank you, girl.
Yeah, thank you, Heather.
Yeah, Heather's cool, and you follow her. A lot of my people don't follow Heather, Witch and Life Guide, and you would do, and that's huge because she needs some love too. So that's cool. She's always sharing people's shit. Yes, she's ecstatic about that. She's a witch. She loves the cauldron. She's like, I don't want to use it. I go, I know.
She can use
What's
it.
up, Thomas? I played your entrance at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, I can always send her more.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
That's okay. I said, tell her to use it. I can always send her more.
Good. Danny, Kicking in the Radicals from goes around in the hearse. He makes Ouija boards out of coffin wood. Another one of my clients, him and his wife, and the Perez's, the Radicals checking in. What's up, guys? Please share this, guys. Please share Angie's page. She's part of the family like you guys. Let's hook her up. She's one of us. So we're talking backstage, and of course, I want people to know, where can people get your bath bombs, your goodies, your bookmarkers? You said on your website.
You can always reach out and message me either on Facebook or on my website, which is www.authorangiebarton.com is my website, or you can reach me on Facebook, either one.
Or message me. I'll delay the message, but don't be rude to her. I'm coming after you with my guns, motherfucker. Angie's part of the crew, so don't mess with her. Be decent. But so that's cool. You were talking about how you got like an old school soul. I want to have some fun questions with you. We'll get back to everything. We got plenty of time. What does Angie Barton do? Okay, give me this. What's your bucket list to visit? Give me one for America and one for the whole world, like Egypt, Europe.
Oh, easy. Scotland. Scotland is it has been on the bucket list for a long time. So that is my heritage, and I am a descendant of the poet Robert Burns. My maiden name is Burns. So I have a clan there. I have a plaid. I mean, Scotland is, I'm pretty sure if I went, I might not come back. But that is the one place I have not traveled that is in my books. I've traveled everywhere that I talk about in my books, to Salem, to Oregon.
Mom's side, dad's side? Is that dad? Dad's? Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my mom is French, so I am a really good mix of French and Scottish. So
don't piss you off, basically, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, I can have a big temper. I try to reel it in, and as you get older, you can better manage it. So.
What about America? You said you've been to Salem. You've been to New Orleans, anything like that?
I have. That's where we say my fun family lives, in New Orleans. But I've been there. I have traveled to a lot of places. I guess I'm going to tell you, you completely piqued my interest for wanting to go to Connecticut. But Maine was really the next place in America that I wanted to go to. You've
mentioned that to me a couple of times. You'd love to come up and...
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When I went to Salem, I stayed on Cape Ann and up in Gloucester. Yeah. Oh my God, it was so pretty. And it was a nor'easter. I'd never been in a nor'easter. So that was my first time there. But I went up to look at some lighthouses. Yeah. And I like lighthouses when I travel too. And I talked to this lady, and she is the one who said, you've got to go to Maine. Because that's what I was telling her. I'm like, I'm so close right now. I wish I could just have the time to just drive up there. So that really is probably my United States first on the list.
I love it when they say, of course, Stephen King's house in Bangor. You're going to see that.
Well, yeah, that would be the main reason I'd be going. Well,
no pun intended. No pun intended. Yeah, because they get the lighthouse that Forrest Gump ran to. That's in Fort Clyde, the one he did in the movie. Mm-hmm. And the one in Portland, or Cape Elizabeth, rather, Portland Headlight was commissioned by George Washington. And the poet Longfellow from Maine used to write poems there. He wrote a poem there. Longfellow, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. So he's buried in Massachusetts, but he's a Portland boy. His house is still there. So you know me, you'll take my tour. I'll show you the ropes.
You show me everything. That's right.
Some good stuff in Maine. What's up, Vince? Jean, another Maine girl. My cryptozoologist. She's actually signed with me too. One of my clients. She's a family member. One of the leading female cryptozoologists in the field. Big cat chaser. Doing big leaps and bounds, man. I love it that the women are making, and I'm not trying to be like a sex thing, but the girls are really, I don't know, man. The guys are just paranormal investigators. The girls are the ones that are out there doing crazy stuff. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm so proud of the women in this field, and then just in general, like Heather doing stuff, you doing stuff, not playing second fiddle to anything. You like Tabitha?
I don't think I've read anything that she has.
I haven't yet either. No.
Mm-hmm. I'm thankful that she pulled Carrie out of the trash so that we could have a Stephen King.
You heard that too.
Nothing else needs to be said, but I have not read anything that she has written.
We got to get you up to Connecticut for the convention, I think, this summer. They're doing a horror mystery / serial killer convention, and Thomas is doing it in Waterford, Connecticut. I'd love to get you up to Connecticut. It's the most historical state in America, in my opinion.
Yeah, I didn't even know that until I was listening to one of your older podcasts about Salem. I was listening to it on my drive the other day, and you were talking about that and Connecticut and the witches. And I'm like, oh my God, I had to back it up and then listen to it again.
Anna Crana. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I had to voice text myself some notes so that I could do some research, because I think you kind of inspired my next writing after I'm through with this series. Like you piqued my interest because I've not ever heard of that in Connecticut. So
a little book shout out, a little credit in your book. Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Oh snap. Seriously, that's huge, Angie, because like I said, I mean, obviously I'm not famous. I'm not rich by any means, but if I can help people, if I can teach people, if I can just make people go, whoa.
Right.
I love Lizzie Borden. I love the Conjuring House, but there's so much more than Amityville Horror. There's thousands of cases. There's millions of things that are like, hey, I died in vain. You know, hey, don't forget about me. So we're off subject. It's my ADHD, sorry. Because I want to go next with what's your favorite place you've been?
Favorite place I've been? Oh,
yeah.
My goodness.
And why?
I think London. London is my most favorite city. And I have a list of favorite cities. But I think London is my most favorite city to date. And I've even been to Italy. And I did love Rome, but I need a little bit more time in Rome. But I think London, I felt at home at London.
Really?
Really. And we went, I guess it was 2 years ago, this last December. Maybe it's been a year and a half. No, 2 years ago. But it's the first time I had ever been. And I loved it. You could walk everywhere. Actually, it was better to walk because traffic was horrible.
Ooh.
But I like history. And I will say I now regret not paying attention to history when I was younger in school because, it was dumb old stuff, I think. But matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that was my exact words was, this is stupid old stuff. Who needs to know this? Now I love it. And there's so much history to London. And when I went to the London Tower, I could have spent hours. And I was in London for work. So I had some time that was my own and some time that wasn't. So I was kind of pressed for time. I could have stayed there for days. I walked all around that castle and took so many photos of everything. And it was just amazing. So that is my number one city.
Food must have been different. Pretty cool food, good food, I think, culture-wise, or no? I mean,
if I remember, it was kind of bland.
Oh, really?
I don't remember London being, I think it was fine.
Spicy. Yeah.
I'm not a foodie, so it doesn't, whatever. It's
right. If there's a fucking Fat Boys or a Dunkin' Donuts or whatever. No, I get you, but you like the history. Like the streets I hear are tiny in London, no? Like really
compact. My God, yes. And so traffic backs up terrible. I mean, I feel like I was at home, it takes an hour to go 5 miles. It's faster just to walk.
Oh, shit. Sorry to cut you off, Angie. Thomas runs this right here in Connecticut, the Witch Trial Festival in August. Yeah, he's my client too. He gives my clients deals and shit, so he can get you. We'll get you out there, get you a good deal at a table or something if you're interested. We can talk.
That'd be great.
This weekend, I'm a good reference. Yes, you are. He's hooked up a lot of my people. Thomas is a good dude, and they know all about that Connecticut stuff. So let's see. What does Angie listen to for tunes? What do you like for music?
Wow, I am in Texas, so country.
Okay, I can dig that shit.
But you know what, though? I will say, though, it does depend on my mood. So if I'm writing, I like more of classical. Sometimes if I'm writing vampire, I like a little bit more heavy. It just kind of depends on my mood. But I would say just regular Angie is usually country.
Okay, I can dig that. You like Oliver Anthony?
Well, I don't know who that is.
Have you heard of him? The redhead dude that talks about life and he just plays in the woods with a guitar and he's from Virginia, Appalachians.
No, I have not heard of him.
Check out Oliver Anthony. I think it's a man of the people. He kind of tells people that the government is bullshit, your dollar's not this, and the man's holding you down. It's pretty good stuff. I think you'd like it. It's rebel country, I think.
Okay.
Yes, country, yes. Tom says.
Jen.
Whoa, hello, Mrs. Fall. Thank you for checking in, Jen. for introducing me to Miss Angie Barton here. Look at my girl Heather sharing it. Oh, yes. For
Thanks,
Angie
Heather.
Barton updates for her books, her kids, mailing list, events, more. Check it out, guys. This will be up on YouTube tomorrow. It'll be up forever on my YouTube channel. But for those of you watching it now, do it now. Good. And you also sent me your not an IMBD, but a thing. I have it in Messenger for shows and stuff. I have that too. Angie. So Angie, I want to talk to you about that. Let's get a little serious now. Let's put on our thinking caps. I want to get some Dan Broku.
Serious.
Okay. What inspires you? Like you say, vampires. Like you into like the old like Lestat? You into like Nosferatu? You know what I mean? Like Robert Eggers is redoing the remake of. But I mean, do you base it off that stuff or just folklore?
So I don't know if I have a favorite vampire. I will say Louis and Lestat from Interview of a Vampire are probably top of the list. But I think, and I knew you were going to ask me this question, but I think what I like mostly about vampire, it's not one specific vampire, but it's the psychology behind it. So if you want to get deep about it, I like the symbolism. I like the symbols of immortality. How humans we're always trying to fight death, right? We want to look younger, sound younger, dress younger, be smarter. We don't want to age. We want to live forever.
Yeah. Surgeries.
So we think, but then with immortality, it's kind of a catch-22 because it's a tragedy for a vampire because he outlives everybody and he just exists and he just roams the earth and it's a tragedy. So I like the symbolisms of it. The light against dark, blood. I'm not a fan of blood, but just that part of it for the vampire. Vampires are very sensual. They have a sensual symbolism to them.
They get that. It's that lust. It's that lure. It's that.
It is. It's that forbidden love. It's what I shouldn't have. He's the bad boy, right? So I think that's what has drawn me to it. I've always liked Dracula. You're not going to want to hear me say I'm a Twilight fan, so I won't say it out loud.
Oh, I was hoping we were saying the ones that glitter. You're more of a Lost Boys fan.
I do like Lost Boys. Yeah.
Heather, my girl loves Lost Boys.
Yeah.
Jump, Mike, just drop off the bridge. You fuck.
Yeah.
But it's mortality, right? I mean, it's just, let's do it.
I think I watched Lost Boys not too long ago. I was flipping. I don't watch much TV, but I was flipping through for some background noise and that was on. And I'm like, I'm going to leave this one. I haven't watched this in so long.
Well, we made Jen mad. She likes Twilight. Of course, she's an Edward.
Yay, good. She's on my side, so I can say it out loud.
That's cool. I dig it. I watched it too. I think honestly, like the werewolf guy's pretty cool. I know his chest. I don't give a shit about that stuff. I'm straight. I can say it with pride. But I love the whole werewolf versus vampire angle. I like that. I like bad versus bad, if that makes sense. It's kind of
yeah, does make sense. So, but yeah, that is kind of. And honestly, I started writing my 2 books out of. I had a bad case of FOMO. I belong to a writers group. There I am. And we meet once a week and share a chapter or something that we have written, and we do a critique. And we came to class, this was several years ago, and about half the people had all started a new story, and everyone was about vampires, but they were all completely different. I was about 25,000 words into a thriller because I was really hooked on Girl on a Train at that time. And I felt very left out that we had 6 new vampire stories because I'm like, okay, I love vampires. So I ditched the thriller and started writing vampires. And I find it easier to write. I don't really know if I know what I'm doing, but but I'm trying.
You're honest.
I'm trying, I think I learn. I think I become a better writer with every chapter and with every plot and every character. Every story, but that's how I got on the writing a vampire kick. I just didn't want to feel left out. So
I love that though. You're like, let's go. Like I love that. Like with your goods and stuff, you're still kind of touching the waters, but you're like, you got all the confidence in the world, and it's like if it doesn't happen, whatever. But at the same time, like you're nailing it. And yes, the broad books are awesome. If you aren't hip, you got to get hip. Jenna, man, she's one of my biggest supporters. I tell you, I should pay her to fucking support me. She's amazing.
She is great. I have asked her so many questions, and she just straight up tells me just what I needed to hear. So she's awesome.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
So I want to get some personal stuff. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. We're not going to go super crazy. But what do you do to get in the mind to write? Is it going to be like the right tempo? Are you going to be alone? Do you have candles? Like, what do you do? Is the lights on? Like, what is it?
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you, I've had to learn how to write again because I took time off from doing all my events in the fall, and there was not time to work, write, and do events. So just writing had to be set aside. So so over the holidays, I had time off, and then we had some snow days last week. And man, did I have to plant my butt in the chair and not get up because I'm like, I forgot how to sit still and do all this. But
no way.
Yeah, because I think I've been on the go, and I'm busy. I like to go, and I get really focused in what I'm doing. And I did 10 events in about 3 months.
I see that.
That was a lot. And so I hadn't written since the summer, late fall maybe. And then I was go, and then the holidays. And so now it's time to sit again and be still and think and focus. And I had to
retrain yourself.
Yes. And I had to remember my story, and I had to remember, because I'm in the process of writing book 3 for this series, and remember my notes and my characters, and do they still mean something to me? So I'm in my office when I write 99% of the time. I have a brand new recliner chair that is amazing. Lynn got it for me.
Spoil yourself a little bit, girl.
Yeah, I do. And I've got a great light, and I love my bookshelves. And sometimes I put music on if I feel like my brain is bouncing all over the place. It's a little bit of a distraction from thinking other thoughts. I like the door closed, and I prefer not to be bothered because I'm really bad about getting distracted. There are times I also turn my phone off because I will hear it buzz, and I'll want to look, or I'll be in the middle of really, really writing something, and it distracts me if it buzzes. Wow.
So unless the house is on fire, don't talk to me.
If the door's closed, if I say, hey, I'm writing, don't call me or whatever, because then once I get in my groove, I can write for hours. And I'll look up, and I'll feel like it was only 30 minutes and it's been like 4 hours. Wow. So once I get really focused, then I'm good. But
it's just getting into that niche, that little spot. Mm-hmm. Right. I get you.
Yeah.
Because life's hectic as it is.
Yeah. And it's just so easy to get distracted. And we have a writers group that we used to meet. We haven't met in a while, but we would take turns hosting. And in the beginning, I did fairly good writing, but it's hard when we had 6 of us, and somebody would laugh about something, and then somebody would talk, and then the next thing you know, we all wrote 1 paragraph. But so I know I get more out of if I am by myself. However, I can also write at Starbucks, and it is not quiet at Starbucks whatsoever. But again, if I'm in my zone, the music and the people don't bother me. I don't hear any of it.
It's almost like, I get what you're saying. Your blinders are on. You're just
Yep.
No, I think that I feel like a lot of writers say that they got to be in the zone. A lot of writers don't just write to write. They really, it's almost like when people write music, I guess musicians, they just got to be not solitary confinement, but more or less like, don't talk to me. I get that. That's cool. I respect that. It's hard though, because like you said, if it ain't the fucking kids or the neighbors or the boyfriend or the girlfriend or the telephone or email or fucking
the car alarm going off in the cul-de-sac or whatever. So
so it's a process. Absolutely. Christina, what did you say? I got 2 ravens of me at work. Bonnie, well, see, I noticed you got ravens in your book too. As far as that goes, are you into like animal spiritual stuff? You seem like you'd be into crows. They say that ravens and blackbirds can go to both sides. They can break the field.
So I will tell you, so on Immortal Wounds, so this is Farah. Farah is the bird. And Farah started off in the story as a familiar, just as a witch's familiar.
Thank you. Yes.
And then I entered my story in a book contest. And one of the judges wrote back, and she was like, you could do so much with Farah. You are not, open her character up and explore. And I'm like, I just, again, you don't know what you don't know. And I was first writing. So I'm like, okay, all right. Well, I don't know what she's talking about. And then all of a sudden I would tell you, she is one of the biggest characters through the whole series. She just exploded into just.
So that must be her on the branch.
Yeah. Yeah. And she'll be on the third cover as well.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm here all weekend away from Heather. I'm 3 hours north. She lives down in Old Orchard Beach. I live by Bangor. So I'm up here this weekend because of the snow. I'm going to start. You said the middle. Professor, this one's the first one, right?
Nope. Immortal Wounds.
This one is.
Yeah.
Okay. I got it. All right. I'm probably going to ask you 4 more times. But I put it up top so I know I want to start because I knew it was a series.
Yeah.
So what was your inspiration from that? Is there actually a blackbird in real life?
No.
No,
I wanted a familiar is what I wanted, but I didn't want a cat. And
okay.
I just went with a bird. There was nothing. No. Yeah. Yeah. Farrah, she was your favorite. I hear that a lot. There was nothing real that I, copied that off of or anything. That's what came to me. And so that's what I did.
Oh, I got to get you to Maine. There's a girl that got killed at 29 years old for being an herbalist. She was an exorcist. Her name was Mary Nason. She's buried in York. It's Maine's oldest town, named after Yorkshire, England. And she's got about a foot-long concrete slab above her grave so she won't rise from the dead. And there's a black crow, a blackbird, you can ask Heather, that sits above her fucking tomb all the time on her grave. Just watches her. And I say, it's her familiar. This is this bird. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. You need to take a picture with this bird. I want to see both your eyes in the same picture.
Wow.
That's cool. You're going to come to Maine. That's literally what I thought of when I saw this bird. It looks just like it.
Yeah.
I love the full moon. You guys got to get this out. I'm excited to read this. Of course, this is the second one. Start the first one. By the time I'm done the second one, hopefully the third one will be out. When do you expect the third one out, Angie?
Oh, my gosh. So I'm really trying to push myself so that it's out by October 1st of this year. But in order to do that, I've really got to put my butt back in the chair. So, but it's about 25% written right now. I know the storyline. I've written most of the beginning of it, and I've written the end. Now I just got to go back and fill in the rest, which is
fill in the rest.
Fill in the rest. Yeah, the hard pop.
She does. Reach out to Historically Haunted Booking. Reach out to Angie. Reach out to her page. Reach out to me. I'll relay the message. She will sign your autograph. If she's at these conventions, she'll take pictures with you, selfies. She'll have her books for sale when she comes to Connecticut. We'll bring her to Maine. We'll bring her to Salem, I think, this year. Keep an eye out for her. Historically Haunted Booking, Angie Barton Readers page, and her website, like Heather shared. And sorry, I'm plugging you. That's what I like to do. I like to, you're one of my prized pupils, man. I like the ones that actually are go-getters, and you all are. Don't get me wrong. I love you all, Jen Fault. Oh, real quick, I gotta plug Jen because she's watching. I gotta plug. Jen just had a new Janet book drop. I love my clients that are authors. Angie, who do you look besides Stephen King and all this stuff? Is there any independent authors? Like, is there someone around your area that we don't know that you recommend or that you might know? You're kind of in the group with Jack Childress and all them. Those are kind of underground guys. With Jen, that's your kind of crew.
Yeah. So, like I said, we have a writers group here in the city is actually Saginaw. I'm in Fort Worth. And so I do have those friends that write, that they have not published in a while though. COVID kind of really messed up a lot of things that we were trying to do before then and get together. So I don't know that there are any other, I was trying to think of independent. There are other, I guess you would call them famous authors that I really follow. Alice Hoffman, and she's from Boston. She is.
I've heard that Hoffman.
Practical Magic is what she wrote, the Practical Magic series. She's a really big influence. She is an amazing storyteller. That is what I think of her. And I think she's great on Facebook too, because if you message, she will respond back to you. So I like the ones that connect with their followers. So
we make these guys and girls just like with you. If you don't have the readers, right? Just like Stephen King, even, man. I met him a couple months ago and he still talked to me. He wouldn't let me take a picture because it was Joe Hill signing, but he still looked at me, nodded, shook my, I pissed myself. Of course, it's Stephen King, but I mean, he's still, I think with a lot of readers, right? I think honestly, man, I feel like authors and actors are probably the most humble people I have. I mean, really good, down to earth people. Angie, another fun one, and I'm going to catch you off guard. Most girls hate this one, but be cool. What's your favorite food? What's your go-to for like a big? I wrote a book. Let's go get Chinese or lobster. Like, what's your
Well,
go-to?
I'm in Texas, so we're gonna say Mexican.
Oh, good shit.
Yeah, Mexican food. So
Hot? You like it hot? Jalapenos?
Yeah, I like spicy. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Heather's
Matter
not
of
a big
fact, we're
spice
going to
fan.
have Mexican food after I get off this call for my birthday. So
By the way, guys, happy birthday. Angie turned 21 today, guys. Happy
woo,
birthday.
I'm legal.
She's legal. Angie, that's right. Where's my manners? It's your birthday. That's right. January the 16th. Happy birthday, Miss Angie Barton. It's such a pleasure to have you. We got a half hour to go. We got plenty of time, but shit, I didn't have a cake or anything ready.
Oh my gosh. That's okay.
No, it's not. I got a cupcake for you. Cupcake candle. We'll light it up for you.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh,
so
that's
no,
right,
I could probably eat Mexican food 3 or 4 days a week.
Oh, here we go. Look at the birthdays coming in. Thomas, Jean.
You.
Hey, what's up? Amanda Gerard, Two Witches and Spooky Spirits podcast. You guys want to start talking to someone, message me. We'll get Angie as your guest. She'd love to talk witches and stuff. She's obviously about that stuff. So, yes, happy birthday. Shoot. What an idiot. Texas, what is it, 80 degrees there, right? Oh, no, you get snow coming, don't you?
Well, so I think tomorrow is going to be 70. And that's usually what happens is it gets real warm and then the bottom falls out. Capricorn. Yep.
Heather, my girl's very spiritual. She thinks the world of you. That's cool. So
I am a tried and true Capricorn. You read about a Capricorn, that is me from head to toe. So, yeah. But no, it's like going to be 70 tomorrow. And then I think 30 on Saturday.
Oh, Jesus.
And then some snow on Monday night, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we'll probably be 70 again.
That's how people get sick, Angie. That's how people come down with colds.
Yes, and that's why we have allergies and all the things.
So. Oh, look at all the birthday love. Danny Perez from the Radicals. He's another one. He lives in Connecticut with his wife. Them to go show you'll meet them. They're good people. Yeah, Heather loved that witch. You say witch like it's a bad thing. And I go, look, it's a thing you hang up. She goes, no, it's a bag. It's got a zipper. It's got holders. I go, it's a bag?
Yeah, it's a drawstring backpack. I made that. And then I had a friend of mine do the embroidery.
Oh, my God. Of course, she's a witch. So, yeah, I thought it was a wall tapestry. She goes, no, it's a zipper. It's a bag, you bonehead. I go, oh.
Well, that's okay. I sell them in my booth, too. And sometimes people think that they're shirts. They think it's like a halter top. And I'm like, well, I'm in a college town a lot, so I see why they think that. But I'm like, well, you're very small. You could pull it off. Just put a tank top on underneath it and go for it. Why not?
Teach their own. Girls Gone Wild 18 starring Angie Barton's Goods.
There we go.
We got plenty of time to go. I usually ask my guests towards the end. We got a little bit of time, but I'll ask you now. Do you want to ask me any questions? I want you to play the host, and I'm your guest. Oh,
gosh. I didn't prepare any questions.
I always do that. My guests go, what do I say? I go, you're the guest. You're the host.
Yeah. So what made you decide to be a podcaster?
Back about 3 or 4 years ago, I talked to this guy. I was on his radio show. His name is Ross Rapazzo. I think he passed away, but he ran Paranormal King Radio Network out of Quebec, Canada. And he goes, talk to me and stuff. He goes, you got a voice. He goes, you really know how to talk. He goes, you ever thought about having your own show? I go, no one wants to listen to me. He goes, come on my show. He paid me like $20 a month. And I had a show every Thursday, and it was radio. So it was audio only. But I grew a little bit of a following. And next thing you know, I said, people want to hear me talk. I'm a stoner from Maine. I just know some cool facts. But so a year later, someone goes, you should do a podcast. I go, all right. So I started for free. It's been 3 years now. I get sponsored. People come on like you. And dude, next week, it's a surprise. But next week, you remember the guy from It, the original It? Remember Henry Bowers, the kid from the bad club that stabbed his father? And he wrote in the kid's stomach. He's from the United Kingdom. He's coming on my show next week. Henry Bowers from the original It in 1983. He goes, you live in Maine, a Stephen King guy. It'd be my pleasure. I go, so I talked to these actors. Mm-hmm. I had the Killer Clowns from Outer Space last week. So then I have people, that are actors, but then I have awesome authors, psychic mediums, and I'm just myself. I smoke a joint. I swear a little bit. I have a beer, and people go, I like that you don't read a script. I like that it's so pure. It's worked this far. Look at this, Amanda. I appreciate you. I talked to Jeff Mudgett. That's H.H. Holmes' great-great-grandson, America's first serial killer. They wrote the, in the, what was it? American Horror Story Hotel that was based on H.H. Holmes' hotel in Chicago. I talked to his great grandson about his grandfather being America's first serial killer. We talked. So what the fuck, right? It's a good question. No one's ever really asked me that. I just figured swing for the fences. Worst to worst, no one tunes in, and then I just hang it up. I don't get nothing to lose. I don't pay really anything for this, so it's fun.
That's what you say when you talk about being a go-getter. And I just always look at it as the worst thing that's going to happen is I'm going to be told no.
Thank you.
I will still live and breathe and do all the other things. I'm just told no. So really what that means in female is I'll just find another way to get my way. But but again, no is not, even if it's a sad thing, it's not the end of the world. So I think you got to try. I think, you at least have to get out there and try and do what you love or try something new.
Right. The worst, someone goes, your show sucks, and they don't watch it. They say, I got one person watching, and it's see you later. But people are paying me $10 a week, like Transylvania restaurant. They give me $50 to sponsor me for a month. Okay. So every week I add them on. They sponsor the show, Transylvania Restaurant and Bar in Connecticut. The only one, the girl's coming on my show in a month. She's from Transylvania. She named her kid Vlad. She's Transylvanian. She opened up a Transylvania restaurant, and they serve blood out of cups, like when it's wine and all that shit. Raw steaks. And so thank you for your sponsorship, by the way. I appreciate you, Alina, very much. So the Transylvania Bar and Restaurant, Connecticut. So what the hell, right? Like I was on a Japanese podcast. She sent me a bunch of Kit Kats from Japan. Look at that.
I saw that. Do they taste the same?
No, they're kind of weird. They're a little different. Check this out real quick. That was Amanda Kruger, Freddy Krueger's mom she wrote a book and sent it to me. Beyonce, she signed it.
Oh, that's cool. Wow.
Yeah, she was in Friday the 13th, part 5. I had her on the show. She sent me a book signed for free. I don't make this stuff up. So to answer your question, it's not about me, but I tell you what, Angie, I'm like you. No one's telling me I can't be a crafter, an author. I'm halfway through my first book. Why not, man? You live life once, and if no one buys it, fuck it, I'm on to the next thing. The worst thing is someone says no, right? Yeah. No one's going to kill you. So Right. And it just depends on how much their no means to you. Maybe you still do what you want to do. Or maybe it really was a bad idea and you don't do it at all and you do something different. But brush it off.
That's right. So
what's up, Jay Hill? Jay, Studio 6 podcast, Cemetery Files. You need to have Angie on your show. Message me. We'll get her on your show. We still got about 25 minutes here to go. We're having a lot of fun with author Angie Barton, guys. Check her out. Angie Barton Readers page on Facebook. Historically Haunted Book at LLC. She's one of my clients. Angie Barton on Facebook. If you're cool to her, you send her a friend request. If you're an asshole, she'll block you, and I'll come find you. And look at her website and stuff, and check her out. We're going to get her some book signings this year. We're going to get her up to Maine, hopefully, Connecticut, some conventions. Angie, we got plenty of time, but I still want to have some good, serious questions. Where do you see Angie Barton this time next 2026? More conventions, more podcasts, more books?
Yes. So I hope I have that my Immortal Wound series is complete. I get book 3 out and just tie a nice little bow around it. And I'm able to start something new. Yep. And I tell you what, if it was the dream of all dreams, I would be doing books full time by 2026. But I know that there's a lot that goes on behind being able to do that. So, but we're going to try. But definitely more podcasts.
She's working on that now,
yes.
Jen.
Yes. It'll be the last one. And it's called Raven Glass. Yeah. So, but definitely more books. Want to start a new series, more of a witchy series. I already have an idea for it. And after I do some research on the Connecticut witches, I might have a better idea. I'm also going to use some stuff.
That answers this, I guess.
Yep, that does.
Yep. Yeah.
No, still fantasy, maybe a little bit more witchy this time versus vampire-y. Going to use a little bit that I learned about the London Tower and some of that history there. I wanted to write a ghost story. That's honestly where I thought I was going to go until I heard you mention witches in Connecticut. But so a ghost story is still a little bit in my head. I don't read ghost stories though, so I would need to read a few to get a feel for what I think.
Heather's a witch too. Trust me, she got some witch. We got some witches in this.
I may be reaching out to both of them. So
I can see you. I can see you do it. You're very humble too. You're not just all like it's about me. You're very much like open, like you said, to criticism. Even earlier when someone said, talk more about the bird, the raven. you're very much open. And I think that's big. That's a big thing.
Oh yeah, I am very open, and constructive criticism, and I think it's important. I think all authors, maybe all creative people, want to know, how can I do better? What would make my writing better, or my songs, where people want to sing along, or whatever that is. Of course, please be kind, but and if you don't like it, I'm actually okay with that too. I've read books that I don't, they weren't for me, so that's okay. But I don't mind the constructive criticism at all. So it doesn't, I'm a very open-minded person. I'm probably one of the least judgmental people that you'll find. I don't put people in categories or try to figure them out before I know them or whatever. I actually really love people. I like to know, I like the psychology behind that. I really probably should have gone to school to be a psychologist, because that's what I like. I'm quiet, believe it or not. I'm an observer. I like to watch people and things like that. So
I get you. That's the way Heather, she likes to observe. Oh, it's funny. Speaking of stuff, this guy's big into serial killers, Thomas. Yes. We got to get into your thing. Dude, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Mercy Brown, Connecticut is flooded with melon heads and vampires and witches. Oh, my.
I just didn't know that. I never knew that.
Oh, New England's on a hotbed. Speaking of witches, another client of mine, Enchantress, goods maker, Samai Eldereth from Connecticut. What's up? Samai's Golden Pyramid, making penis and vagina candles and making I got black salt from her. I got right here. They put this around my doorway. She sent me this, put it on my doorway to keep people's spirits out.
Yeah.
I got hangers. This chick right here, I get some good people. I get some good people in this group. I tell you, you guys you're all wow. I like that you're open to all that stuff. You love your fantasy, but at the same time, you love how it ties in with real life. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When I decided to write, I know I've been asked before about creating just this, creating a specific world for, my writing. And I think when I see my characters, my supernatural characters, I see them in real life, like in the real world that we live in today. And that's what you'll find when you read. It's not on a planet somewhere else with a totally different language and, things like that. That's not how I see my writing. I see it as everyday. And I think that as a writer, for me, I see my characters as being people that are gifted, my vampires or my witches. That's just a way that I see it. And I think we run into gifted people every day, all the time. Yeah. And, I think that's kind of the mood I get myself in when I write. It's every day. I know it's kind of out there, but
no, I dig that shit. That's wild. That's deep though. You get a passion for it. You're passionate. I can hear it.
Oh, extremely passionate. Oh yeah. Anybody that will let me talk about writing or books or research. I never knew I would do so much research when it was time to write a book. So I spend a lot of time going down rabbit holes. Research.
Down the rabbit hole again, as Thomas would say. He keeps referring to Thomas. You got to come to Connecticut. That's just it. So you never wrote for like the the school paper or nothing. You never wrote a little. No shit. Never was.
No. I never did anything like that. I tried writing when I was young, and I tried writing when I stayed home with my kids. We can't write when you have children. You just can't. You can't. You don't get to do anything that you want.
You can't do anything when you have children.
No, except the children for about 20 years. So, yeah. But
yeah, you're right. You see rabbit hole.
Rabbit hole, yeah. So, but no.
So now you get some me time, as it were, and you're kind of instead of just sitting back watching Desperate Housewives or whatever, Hollywood or whatever the fuck. You're making your own life. You're making your own name. You're kind of shedding your skin, I guess, right? You're reborn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't even have a degree in English. So, a lot of writers have a degree in English or literacy or, and I'm not even that, but I've always known I've wanted to be a writer. That's
cool.
And I'm a huge reader. So.
And you're just going at it and you're like, fuck it. That's what I like. You're diving in and you just, that's the way I am. I don't know what about podcasting. I just went into it and it turned out, why not? If you believe in yourself, Angie, and you're a big believer, and that's why I believe in you. That's why I'm glad you signed with me and you believed in me and you're part of the team. Because I'm going to get you to some gigs. I'm going to get you some book signings. I'm going to bring your book to the Briar's Patch. in Bangor, Maine, where Al Brady got shot outside America's Most Wanted in 1937. Down the street from Stephen King's house, we're going to sell your books. I'm going to fucking die trying.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Damn right. I'm going to get Jen there, you there, even Derek Barton. A lot of Bartons. I got 2 Bartons in the group. You guys aren't related, but you guys are horror mystery guys, and you got that dark side. A little bit of romance, like you say, but it's kind of a little bit of the dark side, right? But it's okay.
Yeah, because my books are not romantic. There's no romance. They're not spicy. I have a lot of people ask me that. The relationships there are more about family, and there is a tad bit of love interest, but that's not what these are about. But I think my writing has a romantic feel to it. So I'm all about. I talk a lot, so I have a lot of words, so I write a lot. I love the setting, and just placing yourself in. I guess when you're reading a character, so Isabel is our main character in Immortal Wounds. Yeah.
I was just going to ask, is that how you pronounce the Isobel?
Yeah, that's the Scottish way to write it, Isabel.
Of course it's Scottish. Of course it is.
Yeah. So the majority of Immortal Wounds takes place in Scotland.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I want you to see and feel. I'm a sensory writer. I'm a sensory person. So I want you to smell the heather and hear the waterfalls and whatever else it may be throughout the book. I want you to feel like you're there. Meg's
body wavered as she gripped the table's edge to keep herself from falling, just as Isabel had. How is it possible? There's something cold and dark that lingered beneath Isabel's skin, and Meg had yet to put her finger on exactly what it was, but Isabel wasn't a vampire. Oh, I'm excited now. This is going to be good. I like that. There's a little teaser, guys. Get your own. Available now. And if you're really nice, a couple extra bucks, Angie will sign it for you if you're lucky like I was.
I'd love to sign it. Absolutely. Absolutely.
For a couple bucks extra.
Good. Thanks, Jen.
Girl. As your booking agent, I recommend you charge a couple bucks for your autograph. Or donations.
There you
Donations
go.
Donations are a write-off.
Okay. There you go.
We'll talk back screen. That's what I'm here for. Jesus, I could see one of these. I actually have some independent movie makers on my team. I could see some of them making a film out of one of your series here. Would you like to write that off for a movie series or something eventually?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I have one review on Amazon, and that's exactly what she said, is that she had read, I don't know how much she had read, half of it, and had to go to work the next day. And she said she remembered driving home. She was like, I've got to put that TV series back on. I've got to finish watching that show. And then all of a sudden she was like, oh my God, that wasn't on TV. That was the book I'm reading. So I really try to make it very visual. But oh yeah, I would love that.
Good to know. Sorry, I'm reading the book on screen. That's the first. I'm a little stoned, sorry. That definitely hit the tension. Yeah, it's legal in Maine, by the way, so it's like I'm doing anything illegal. And I got a med card since my accident. Cool. We got about good 10, 15 minutes to go. Plenty of time. Angie, besides Stephen King movies, what does Angie do to relax with her man? Or there must be something you watch as a little escape show series or something?
Honestly, I can't think of. Yes, these need to be a movie. There is not anything that I can tell you that I watch right now except for Sunday football. But that is over. I like sports. I am more of a sports girl than a movie girl.
Cowboys?
Yes.
My mom is a diehard. I love my mom. I grew up with Roger Staubach and Randall White and all that. And Drew
the real
Pearson.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She met Emma Smith and Michael Irvin. I got pictures with her crying. I got them next to her urn. I got her ashes. And so I'm a Cowboys. I'm a Bears fan, but Dallas has got my heart. So
right. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. And I'm a baseball fan. I love Texas Rangers, Dallas
Ryan,
Stars.
baby.
I love going to hockey games. Oh my gosh. So I'm more about having sports. Basketball is the only one I just cannot get into. It's too many rules and they stop the play and I lose.
Blow the whistle every 5 seconds, guys. Let's play here.
Let's play a game. So mostly sports. Yeah. But I think a lot of times, Adam, I feel guilty if I am in front of the TV because I feel like I either need to be reading or writing.
Yep.
Actually, I either need to be writing or reading. Yeah, writing first.
But that's inspiration, isn't it? Kind of. You must draw some inspiration from maybe TV commercials, something.
Yeah, and I will watch movies. I do. We just watched Twister not too long ago. American Primeval. Okay. Yeah. So I will watch movies. It's kind of funny though. Ever since I started writing, and maybe other authors are the same way, when I watch a movie, I don't just sit back and watch it for fun anymore. I am totally taking it apart and I'm trying to figure out, okay, what's the writer going to write next? Or, oh my God, how did they think of that? Or, now yes, I dissect it now instead of just sitting back going, oh, I never saw that coming. I'm like, okay, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen in about 10 minutes, but, and sometimes I'm surprised, but I find that I kind of break it apart now. It's not, instead of just kicking back.
Instead of the joy and just relaxing, you're going right, which is not the purpose of it, but
yeah. But I love other things. I love anything outdoors. I'm a nature girl. Outdoors makes.
I see you do 5Ks and stuff. I see you like your hammock.
Yes, love the hammock. We have a pond behind us in the woods. I can sit outside. I feel at peace when I'm outside. I don't feel closed up, caged in. I like the sun, not the 100-degree weather, but I do like the sun.
Feels good on your bones, on your skin.
It does. That's why I have some wrinkles right here, but I don't care. I love the sun.
Yes.
Yeah. I enjoy Miss movies. Yeah, Jen. I don't
mind driving. Drivings are fun to me. We have the driving theory. You bring your truck up there. Maybe, those are kind of fun.
We have one of those here.
Yeah. But like Angie said, especially where I live by Mulcataden, Maine, there's old iron furnaces and these old walkways, and it's kind of fun to go out to see wild rabbits. It's just kind of neat, have an old fire outside. I kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
For roots, ain't it? Kind of helps you clear your head.
It does. And just where we live, we're city, but we're still country. We probably won't be country much longer. But at night when you do I know. When you sit outside, I can see more stars than if I lived where I lived before. But just to watch the sky, we've seen shooting stars come across, and it just gives you a sense of peace. And I like that. Just to clear the head, put the phone away, leave it in the house. You don't need the phone while you're
what, Angie? Put the phone where? My TikTok.
Yeah, my TikTok. Yeah. So
people are crazy, dude.
I know. Yeah. I have a hard enough time balancing Facebook and Instagram. And I think it's just because of work. If I had more time, I could balance it better. But unfortunately, I forget about Instagram half the time. So, and people say, get on Book Talk and do this and do that. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just need to hire somebody young that knows how to work it all and could
it's hard for me. I know Facebook pretty good, but that other shit's.
Yeah. Facebook's pretty easy. Instagram's not hard. I just forget half the time. So
it's not a big one. TikTok's even more active than I think. Instagram's kind of like the back piece, I guess. Facebook to me is the moneymaker. That's where I get you guys known. That's where I get people going. It's not as washed up as MySpace,
Right. MySpace. I didn't even have a Facebook until I started writing. I never had. No, it didn't. It didn't really appeal to me before. Now the things that I love seeing. I have family that lives all over the U.S. and nieces and nephews, so I love seeing pictures of them and people that I've grown up with and things like that. I really like seeing. I can do without all the rest of it.
Connection. Real, not the drama, not drama book. You like the real.
No, I scroll right past or I unfollow drama. I
only follow my clients. Everybody else I unfollow. I don't need to hear about how McDonald's messed up their drink, or I don't care.
Right. Yeah.
So I focus on you guys that just shared 90% of it is your own shit. Of course, it's you out there in the snow. And I got an opening. I'm playing it next week. When I open the Stephen King dude that was in it, it's going to be you in front of the snow. You're
okay.
But anyway, besides that though, I like how you live your life for you. You don't rely on other people. You get ahead by doing your own thing, like with Heather making her bracelets, her jewelry, with me doing the podcast, the booking. I don't stop. I don't have time. If I'm not reading, I'm doing this. I don't have time for cheesy shit, or I don't care what's going on. California, God bless you. I'm sorry. I do love you, but I got so much shit to keep me busy. I'm trying. So,
right. I understand.
Hey, we're at the hour mark. You want to go another 5-10 minutes? Is that cool?
Yeah.
We got to go. Yeah. Cool. I give people the option. Sometimes people are like, I got to go. I go, I don't mind. I'm up here by myself. So, so what does Angie do to relax? Is it camping? Is it hammock? Is it off-roading for 401ks and 5Ks and fucking 2Ks and
yeah. So we do have a 4-wheeler, and I love going 4-wheeling. And Lynn even lets me drive, so that's awesome. We have a place we go out. Yeah, we have a place we go out to, and we call it the country. And he's an outdoorsman, so he's a hunter. I don't hunt, but I go. I'm a nurturer. I love people's plants, pets, animals, so I could never shoot anything.
You're the berry picker. You're the fruit berry.
Yeah, maybe a spider. I could maybe shoot a spider, but I don't like spiders at all. No bugs.
99% of girls I know hate spiders. I don't think any girls like spiders.
No, not at all. So, so I really enjoy. And we'll go out there. I will fish. I don't take the fish off the hook though, so that's But I enjoy being outside. That is relaxing. My 5Ks, I had foot surgery last summer, so I'm good. And I was hoping to be able to do 5Ks by this month, January, but I wasn't ready in the fall to start training. So I've had to put those on a break, but I should be able to do them again. So I really look forward to it. No, and that's why I didn't start training.
You don't need a fucking lifetime limp, you know?
Yeah. But I love doing 5Ks. When I first did it, and again, I did it for me. I didn't do it for a trophy or to be first place. I did it because I wanted to know that I could do it. And
yes, that's the best one ever.
I know. And I did 6 in about the first 6 months a couple of years ago. I can't do it once it gets hot. But I improved my time by because I do walk run. I don't run the whole thing. And I improved my time by 18 minutes from the first one to the last one I did.
Almost a half hour.
Yeah. Wow. And I just was so proud of myself. And when I did the 5K, everybody there was happy and everybody's exercising, and some people had their pets and some had their kids. And it's, it was a cool atmosphere. So I do miss doing that. And I was sad I couldn't start in January, but
that's cool though.
Yeah, no. And to relax, I like baking. I don't do it that much because if I bake it, I'll eat it, and then you get fatter, and all of those things. But I do enjoy.
Ooh, chocolate frosting on this muffin I just
made. Yeah. So I enjoy doing that, and I like staying busy.
Sounds like it. Sounds like you don't be stagnant too much. I think that's what life's about. We can sleep when we're dead, not to be gruesome, but I feel like let's go. That's why it's constantly the show booking or promoting. It keeps me going, because otherwise I'm like, what am I doing now? And like you said, there is good time. It's nice to lay in the hammock and have your cell phone off, because that's what you appreciate. You think? I mean, that makes sense,
Right. And truly you enjoy the break. You don't think you do, because you think you really need to be on the phone. But if you will just turn it off, even if just give yourself 30 minutes, you do enjoy that break.
You feel your blood pressure go down a little bit, don't you?
You do, yes.
Let's look at my text.
Your mind clears. Yeah. So it's nice to unplug.
I like how you get the old school hippie vibe. You get the old school, I love what I do, at the same time, it's nice to unplug from everything, because that's decent. I think we've gone too far.
Yeah. And I think that probably comes from not growing up with cell phone or a computer, or, oh my gosh, we didn't even have a microwave till I was 14.
Dude, yes.
Yeah, no,
A's were awesome.
Yeah, so technology, is amazing, but it's not what I grew up with. So I would,
We didn't have trackers, man. You could be gone for 6 hours going, where's Angie? She left on the bike with her girlfriends. Where is she?
I'll be home at streetlights. Yeah, that's exactly right. We came home at streetlights, and we drank out of water fountains. Water hoses.
Thank you.
We picked fruit off the tree and ate it without washing it with soap. And I was never sick as a kid.
Rode bike without helmets. Oh my God.
I was probably barefooted. on a bike.
Jumping over your friends laying down between cars. They jump over me.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Sure, we had bruises, but God damn it, it's how we learned. Isn't it how we grew our
Yeah, we learned not to do that again. Yeah.
The world wasn't a padded room for us, man. I'm not trying to get into that. I want to get political. I want to start losing people. Here we go. But I'm just saying, I get it. We get what's going on. Oh, what's up? They're not related, guys, but he's my newest client, author Derek.
Oh, Derek. Hi.
Happy birthday, Angie. It's Angie's birthday, guys. Angie Barton. If you guys want to go wish happy birthday and buy a book off her, that'd be the best gift ever. She'd love to get her book out there and spread around, you guys. Good shit. I can't wait to start it. I'll give you my honest opinion, of course. I'll give you my review, but I'm going to start reading it this weekend. I have 3 days off. I'm up here alone. It was rain and snow.
Sounds good.
Angie, you've been a great guest. We got 4 minutes left. We're gonna go. I'm gonna rob 4 minutes of your life. 4 more minutes.
All right.
You said you got animals, yeah?
I do not have any pets right now.
Okay, I thought you said you had a doggy. I could have sworn you said that.
No. Well, so on the back of the book, when I published the book, we had to put the dog down last summer, so he was 15.
Wow, that's old for a pup.
Yeah. Well, he very spoiled, lived in the house. I mean,
we put our
sleep on the couch. He was my baby. But no, I've always had dogs. I'm a big dog lover. I like big dogs, and I've had cats too. And this is right now is the first time in my adult life that I have not had a dependent. Honest to goodness, because even when I moved out and got married, we got a cat right off the bat. So I've never not had a child or a pet. And I'm kind of enjoying the little bit of a break. Like I was so busy on the fall. I always hated leaving the dog and being gone all Saturday after I've been gone to work Monday through Friday. I didn't feel like it was fair. He didn't know any different because my life's always been busy, but
your conscience is like,
yeah, I feel so bad. He's been by himself. So it's been nice to know that I can just get in the car and go and travel. So, but I love animals, mostly big dogs.
That's different feeling though, between like Heather's got her, her child's got like a year left of high school. Her dog passed away. So another year or two, she's going to not have a kid. It's a different feeling, but at the same time, that's what's giving you the permission to write, right? You've kind of shed your skin, so to speak, and making the best of it.
Right. It's the next stage. So, and it's hard at first when you're an empty nester, when your kids are gone. But you both adjust and then you move on.
We have your newest child right here.
There you go. That exactly is.
I cannot wait to get to know him. I cannot wait to dive into this. I'm gonna start this weekend. A couple more minutes to go. Angie Barton, let's plug some shit. Where can people find Angie Barton, Angie Barton's work?
Okay. You can find my books on Amazon.com. Easy to purchase there. You can also reach out to me, especially if you live close to me, live local. On my website, it'll list events that I'm at. If I happen to be doing an event in your area, you can come and see me there. You can also go on my website, which is what Heather just posted, authorangiebarton.com. And then, of course, you can always reach out to me on Facebook. But if you want to get them directly, they're on Amazon.
If you want Angie for a podcast, for a meet and greet, you want her for a convention, hit up me, Adam Began, at Historically Haunted Booking. I am her manager / a booking agent. Of course, Angie can answer questions too, but she's got a busy schedule. Please don't bother her. Message me. I will take care of it. I will get it to Angie. Man, you've been a pleasure. This is fun. It's went way too quick. Would you come back on in the future as a co-host or a guest again?
I would love to. Yes. I had a great time.
You would talk with another. I don't mind having not to be weird, but like a three-way or a three, whatever. You know what I mean? Like a three, like a three. I like having if I have an author on, having another author kind of like bounce ideas back.
Sure. I would love that. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. You guys have any questions for Angie before we pull the switch? I can go another 10 minutes. I just want to see you guys have anything for Angie before we go. Any questions? Great show, Brandon. Thank you. Every fucking week checking in, dude. Appreciate you sending stars. You guys can send stars. Helps to the show. Pay for my cable bill. All the squirrels moving electricity over here in Maine in the power line. The little mills. My heat finally shut off. It's about 12 degrees here in Maine, so I'm gonna go cut off.
Oh my gosh.
Fucking cold. Do you want to see real quick? You want to see my front yard?
Yeah.
The snow. See, that's Mana.
Yeah, I heard that.
No.
Well, it's going to be 19 here on Monday, so it'll feel like Maine.
Also, you got me fucking. You're right there with me. Hold on, I'll start for a second, but my outside light will go on. Here we go. Come on, there it is. See it?
Oh wow! Yep.
Yeah, that was my snow.
I love it.
Of course you do. You're not here to fucking. It's good. It is good.
I don't have to shovel it. That's right. Yeah.
I don't mind. I mean, I could pay the guy $30, but I said, fuck that. I'm gonna put my belt on like a big boy and go shovel.
Well, it's
It
good
is pretty. I'm
exercise.
not
It's
gonna lie,
good
dude.
cardio.
Huh?
It's good cardio.
It really is. You come in, you're like, oh man, if I do a couple bench presses, like, ooh, fuck, how
That's right. You're fired up. Now you can do anything.
Oh,
That's
Angie
right.
Barton, you've been a joy. What's this right here? Treat those squirrels. Somebody roasted nuts. They were. And we're gonna get Angie to Maine. We're gonna show her what it's like to rough it up here. She'll love it. A picture of Angie Barton with holding her book in front of Stephen King's gate. Oh my Christ.
Oh my God, I would love that. I would love that. I've already stalked Danielle Steele when I went to San Francisco. So
You
one
did?
of the things I did when I went to San Francisco, one of the things that I went to do was go see her house. And she lives right off of the bay, and there's no, like, you walk right up to her home. And she has these tall wrought iron fences, and surrounding it is like red tip photinia bushes, shrubs. Well, I got all the way up, peeked my head through the shrubs. I'm like, okay, where's security? Maybe I'll see Danielle Steele if security comes out. I mean, I look completely harmless. Don't shoot me or anything, but I never saw Danielle or no guard dogs or.
Yeah, you were on a monitor somewhere. I guarantee it. Your face was on somewhere.
I hope so. Because all I wanted to do was just wave and say, "You're such a huge inspiration." But oh my God, she owns one of the biggest homes, and I see where it's located, such an inspiration. But
she would love you, though. She's, from what I hear, she's pretty down to earth. Danielle Steele is one of the biggest novelists of all time. Anne Rice, Danielle Steele, you name it, she's right there with Stephen King, just a whole another genre.
Yeah,
but Danielle Steele, you see her books everywhere. Tom Clancy, like your husband likes, that fucking guy's everywhere. There's military books. Even got video games after him. So, that's cool. You're kind of a stalker like me. Danny, my client, he brought his book and threw it over Stephen King's gate. I was with him. It landed right in the driveway. His book that he wrote, Danny Perez. So Stephen King's either got it or tossed it, but he saw it, and it's actually got Stephen King in it. It's I have it somewhere. Count Fangula. There it is. He threw this over the book, right? It's Stephen King's house.
Count Fangula.
And he threw that over the fence, and it's got King in the book.
Man, I wouldn't have even ever thought to do that. Thanks for that idea.
Well, I only got one book, so you come up and you're going to bring a couple. I'm not throwing my book, but you throw.
No, don't throw your book. No, I can always send
mine.
you more. Yeah.
I sat out there and read Pet Cemetery for like 4 or 5 days straight. I kept going back. He never came out, but we'll get you there. You come to Maine, Angie. I need to get you to Maine. I need you to get Connecticut. I'm a little buzzed right now, but we'll talk this weekend. I'll talk to Thomas. I'll give you some dates. Maybe you can clear your schedule and figure something out, and we'll figure something out. Get you a deal on the table.
Perfect.
Angie Barton, author Angie Barton, crafter, goods maker. Check her out, guys. This will be up on YouTube tomorrow. I'm going to put it up after I get out of work. I'll tag you in it. Any questions? Anything I missed? Anything you want to talk about?
I think we covered it all. No, I had a great time.
Oh, that was awesome. I'm glad. Good. She's available for a podcast. She's available for shows. Message me. Let's get it going. Thank you guys for watching. Next week, I have the dude from It on. The guy that was stabbed his father in the original It. So check it out. Angie's intro is going to play next week, so he's going to check it out from United Kingdom. So thank you guys for watching. Author Angie Barton and Angie Barton Readers page on Facebook.